From the great mama Africa to the Caribbean, united we stand, divided we fall. Black people, know who you are. United we stand, divided we fall. Until you know we are strength in numbers, and we unite for the purpose and goal. Until you know we are strength in numbers, just unite and what prophecy unfolds.
Yeah, my blessed love, Rastafari living in the rain. I say, saying Ras Copper here with another episode of Militant Voices podcast, season 3, episode 2, raw and uncut, Facebook edition. I see, saying, voice me send a shout out to my brethren Gambino. I see, boys, I'm going to deal with some positive weeks. I say, saying, you don't know I got Ninja Cat same way. I say, saying, big up everybody out there who doing positive weeks. I see, and doing it for the upliftment of the people and not for personal ego or ulterior motive. Yeah, give thanks and praise for life, health, and strength. I say, saying, yeah, man, our topic tonight is the revolution will be televised. Because you know, back in the day, it's not saying the revolution will not be televised. Okay, but in this time now, the revolution will be televised. And as you can see out there, it is being televised. I say, saying in HD. Yeah, I say high definition. You see, but there's a lot of exploitation going on within the movement out there right now of the revolution. I see you have business owners out there who are exploiting the revolution allegedly by burning down their own shops. I see for insurance money and different things out there, but happening. I see also you have people out there, judgment, infiltrating the movement to give it a bad stigma. I say, saying you had blocks, bricks being set around the cities, some parts of the cities where riots going on. Like overnight, somebody just lay pallets of bricks in the streets. I see, wow, where that come from? I say, saying so it's a lot of people taking part in exploiting the revolution. You see, I saying when the revolution is for a cause, still the revolution and the cause is for the death of George Floyd and many black people, brothers and sisters who've been murdered by the hands of the police officers in America. I see, and went home to their families or went get leave from work with pay and went home to their families and chilling like nothing ever happened, or went back to work and, you know, the paper just get right up and that one get right off. You see what I'm saying? And for years it's been happening. And the police them see that they could do it. You see what I'm saying? So they continue to do it more and more, and it becomes so like where they wasn't without impunity that they start doing it on cameras and things, you know what I mean? They know people recording, they know camera phones and things like that, and they still do it because they know they can get away with it. So that's why you see the city burned down now. The city ain't burned down because black people just want loot and burn and people shops and steal and all kind of hell trying to make it sound. That's just the weapon they use, and that's the way they revolution. That's the way they revolutionizing. That's their way of revolution. That's they not turn uprising. I say. So more time. You know what I mean? If you ain't ready for the revolution, like Malcolm X say, revolution is bloody and revolution is hostile. It knows no compromise. So if you ain't ready for it, just get out of the way. You see what I'm saying? But that's what's going on in America right now. I see the uprising for George Floyd murder. I see what I'm saying? And it's sparking a revolutionary spirit worldwide. You see what I'm saying? Like what I ain't been saying long time in the Legend Voices podcast and just on regular blogs and even through my music and whatever like that. I see what I'm saying? I've been telling people that once we touch one black man innocently and without a cause, we should execute 10 more of the same people who killed that black man. You see what I'm saying? That's just the way it should be. You see, defense. You see what I'm saying? Because I ain't advocating violence or advocating you killing no one, but if you can kill my brother innocently for no reason, well, I must just turn the cheek after that. And if we keep turning the cheek, soon there ain't gonna be no more cheeks to turn. And it can be down to the last cheek. And when that last cheek gets slapped and that get turned, then that one get executed, who gonna be there? After we keep turning cheeks all the time. So you have to fight at the time in your life. There's going to be a time in your life you have to fight for a cause. You see what I'm saying? And for your rights.
All the highways, all the lazy days, all the nights the people play. Ooh la la la, ooh la la, it's better in the Bahamas.
United we stand, divided we fall. Until you know strength in numbers, and we unite for the purpose and goal.
So that's what I and I talking about right now, the revolution. I say it's taking place. Don't let people make you all feel like people out there in the streets just burning and doing that and stealing and all that. They always try to make black man look. Because don't forget Black Wall Street, where a white man came into and burn it, pillage it, and take all those black people business away. Those black people striving on Black Wall Street had their own businesses, their own economy, where they was building and making money and doing everything, and they was living more better than white man was living during them racist times. You see how you saying? But that same jealousy again caused them came into Black Wall Street and burned it down to the ground. That I see they saying? So it's the exploitation with I and them dealing with. You see how you saying? And the injustice that caused this spark this revolution. You see how you saying? And this revolution can carry out in other forms, in other ways, in other places. I see. It might be a burning, looting in that country, but it can be somewhere different. Even here in the Bahamas, we've been on the brink of revolution a couple of times, and people didn't know that it was about to happen. For the injustice that we be getting through political vibes here and injustices and things from all other organizations, lawman and different type things where we be getting treated unjustly too. You see, I say we just ain't hit that point yet. That cup ain't boiled over yet. You see, I saying, but I pray that it don't come to that day. I pray that our government can show us some justice and finally wake up and start to see that judgment. I wouldn't say our government, their government. That I see can show them some justice here in the Bahamas, because I don't really serve governments and things. Government's supposed to serve the people. The people don't serve governments. You say people don't work for the government. Government work for the people. And that's what happened. The people forgot their position, and the government also forget theirs. The government forget that they was employed by the people to work for the people, and the people also forget that they employed the government to work for them. So they have rights. They have rights to, if you employ someone to work for you, you have the right to tell that person what you want done and what you don't want them to do. And if they don't get it done, what you're doing, you fire that person. All right then. So why y'all still having these governments and in power telling y'all what to do and dictating to y'all when y'all put them there to do y'all work? To bring y'all terms to them, and they supposed to figure out how to make it work. See what I'm saying? Anyhow, we'll be for the Militant Podcast, Season 3, Episode 2 in a minute.
United we stand, divided we fall. Until you know we are strange in numbers.
Yes, welcome for the Militant Voices Podcast, Season 3, Part 2. Guys, Episode 2 also. Yeah, man. Now we going to discuss as part of Militant Voices. We'll be discussing the uplifting of the curfew on weekends here at the 242. The Prime Minister gave an address the other day that the curfew on weekends will be lifted as of this weekend coming up here. But people still wonder when the beaches can be open, you know what I mean? And that's what I really wonder, when the beaches can be open and missing the salt water and things like that. You know, I went to go take a couple sneak missions the other day, but I say, you know, I just can hold tight still, because I know the system won't be looking for you to do something just to try to trap you. So I ain't give them no reason to trap me, but yeah, I'm waiting for the beaches to open now, and I'm missing the salt water, and I feel that should have been one of the places shouldn't even had no curfew on it, you know what I mean? Because I know that's the most protected zone right now, the salt water, you know, it's a curable place right now. Fresh air, salt air blowing on the horizon and different things, you know. So I felt the beach should have been open, but I think the reason of the beach being closed is because of the gathering, and you know they have this so-called social gathering type law thing. You see what I'm saying? But anyhow, yeah, man, give thanks and praises that you know little what you call, I guess, so-called freedoms are being given back to you. You know, slowly but surely, you know, the system do what they want to do, and how they want to do with this day world. You see what I'm saying? This our earth, but they world they create. You know, so we have to rely on what is ours, Mother Earth, and let them up their world. Because only them can survive in their world. See what I'm saying? Or be prosperous in it. You know what I mean? And we have to survive any way you look at it. But only them can be prosperous in their world. It can be hard for us to be prosperous in their world. Unless we comply to their rules and regulations and to their order. You see what I'm saying? And you know, the rebels ain't dealing with that. The militant minds ain't dealing with that. You see, but give thanks, you know, people been under a little, you know, plenty frustration doing to these lockdowns and stuff, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it work out, you know, it work out in a good way, because you have both sides of the situation. You see what I'm saying? It give you time where you can be with your family. It give you time to do other things in life you need to be doing. You know what I mean? It give Mother Earth a time to slow down. I say of all the pollution, the smog, and all these things. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So all in due time. I say, so we give thanks for life, health, and strength. you know, that we living through all this chaos and still surviving, and we can be able to be around to make a better place for us, you see what I'm saying? Through the works we're doing, because at the end of the day, the whole objective is to move home to Zion, Africa. Repatriation is a must, you see, and one day that's where all roads lead to Africa and to repatriation. That is in Zion gates. That is it. So we give thanks for life, health, and strength. That is saying for all the good things that the Most High has done for us along the way. You see what I'm saying? For our ancestors, them looking over us and giving us the insight and the guidance. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Bless you, love, you know what I mean? And yeah, man. And condolences to Empress Pascola passing. That is saying to Fire, Princess Fire, and the rest of the family of our condolences. That is on the behalf of Militant Voices Podcast. You see what I'm saying? Give thanks and praise for life, health, and strength. May you be strong and y'all be encouraged, you know what I mean? And cherish all the memories with the Empress and know that she going to join the ancestors to watch over us from afar. So give thanks and praise for life, health, and strength. Rastafari live in the rain. You know how it go. The Militant Voices Podcast. That is saying, shout out to everyone. That is who support the thing. That is saying, who knows say I know them can bring militant vibes and address subjects and issues that need to be addressed.